What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. Blazers steal game two, 97-90. Tonight in Denver's home court. Two steal home court. Let's go over all the team stats. For the Blazers, they shoot 36 of 85 for 42% from the field. They go 9 of 29 for 31% from the three-point land. They go 16 of 20 for 80% from the free throw line. Of their 36 made baskets, they get 18 assists. They pull down 47 rebounds, 7 of those offensive. They get 5 steals. They have 6 blocks, and they also have 10 turnovers. For the Nuggets, they shoot 34 of 98 for 35% from the field. They go 6 of 29 for 21% from the three-point land. They go 16 of 26 for 62% from the free throw line. Of their 34 made baskets, they get 20 assists. They pull down 58 rebounds. They pull down crazy 23 of those are offensive rebounds. They get 6 steals, 5 blocks, and they have 9 turnovers. Individual stats for the Blazers. McCollum leads the way with 20 points on 8 of 20 shooting. He goes 3 of 7 from 3. He goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He finishes up with a team high and a game high, plus 11. He goes for an offensive rebound. He gets 6 total, has 6 assists, which is also a team high, and he also has 3 turnovers. Enes Kanter, he finishes up with 15 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He goes 5 of 5 from the free throw line, finishes up with a plus 6. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 9 total, dished out an assist, had 2 turnovers, had 2 steals, and 2 blocks. So Kanter was everywhere once again. General salute to him. Damian Lillard has an off game for sure. This is his worst game of the playoffs so far, but he finished up with 14 points on 5 of 17 shooting. He goes 1 of 7 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 4. He pulled down 4 rebounds, dished out 4 assists, had 3 turnovers, had 2 steals and a block. So while he wasn't his usual self on the offensive end, other guys stepped up for him big time. So general salute to the Blazers. Al-Farouq Aminu, he finished up with 11 points on 3 of 9 shooting. He goes 1 of 4 from 3. He goes 4 of 5 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 7. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had a team high 10 total, and dished out an assist. Mo Harkless, while he played very well. He finished up with 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting, and 1 of 1 from 3. Finished up with a plus 9. He pulled 4 rebounds down, also had an assist and a steal, but he ended up leaving the game with a sprained ankle, and that was pretty nasty looking. So hopefully he's okay for game 3, which I believe he will be. But for the bench, Rodney Hood, another big game off the bench for him. He finishes up with 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting. He goes 2 of 6 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished up with a plus 4. He pulled down 3 rebounds and had 3 blocks. So huge game for Rodney Hood, especially offensively, but he also chipped in defensively with those blocks, getting in Jokic's face a lot. Jokic was stifled today, and that was definitely in large part to Rodney Hood closing out on the guy who, like, if it was Collins or Kanter, it was always someone coming down to help. So I like the adjustments that the Blazers made tonight. Zach Collins, he also has a big game as well. Probably his biggest game in the playoffs, for sure, in my opinion. He goes for 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting, finished up with a negative 2. He pulled down an offensive rebound, had 6 total, dished out an assist, and had a turnover. But he was big time. He played primarily against Jokic, and he held his own tonight. So general salute to Zach Collins. Evan Turner, he finished up with 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting. He finished up with a plus 5, pulled down 4 rebounds, dished out 3 assists, and had a turnover. Seth Curry, he finished up with 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. He goes 1 of 3 from 3, finished up with a negative 4. He pulled down a rebound and dished out an assist. And also for the Blazers to close out. Jake Layman got some run, about 5 minutes. He went 0 of 1 from the field, and that was a 3. He finished up with a -5 and didn't record any other stats. For the Nuggets, Jokic, he finished up with 16 points on 7 of 17 shooting. He goes 0 of 1 from 3. He goes 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished up with a +2. He pulled down 4 offensive rebounds, had a game high 14 total. Dished out 7 assists, which was also a game high. And he had 2 turnovers with a steal as well. Jamal Murray was also bottled up tonight. He finished up with 15 points on 6 of 18 shooting. He goes 2 of 8 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -6. He pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had 7 total, dished out an assist, had a turnover, and a steal. Paul Millsap was also bottled up. He finished up with 14 on 6 of 14 shooting. He goes 1 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -8. He pulled down a game high 5 offensive rebounds, had 11 total. Also had 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. So he had a solid game. Gary Harris finished up with 12 points on 4 of 12 shooting. He goes 0 of 5 from 3. Goes 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -8. He pulled out an offensive rebound, had 3 total. He also had 2 assists and had 3 turnovers. So the adjustments that the Blazers made, letting Gary Harris getting open shots instead of guys like Murray and Jokic, paid dividends tonight. Torrey Craig, he finished up with 7 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He goes 1 of 2 from 3-point land, finished up 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He got himself a -3. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 4 total, and got himself a steal. Malik Beasley on the bench, he leads the way with 13 points on 4 of 11 shooting. Goes 2 of 6 from 3, a terrible 3 of 8 from the free throw line. He finished up with a -5. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 3 total, dished out 2 assists, and had a steal. Mason Plumlee, he finished up with 6 points on 3 of 7 shooting. Goes for a -8, pulls down 3 offensive rebounds, has 5 total, dished out an assist, and had 2 blocks. Will Barton, he finished up with 4 points on a terrible 1 of 6 shooting. Goes 0 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Finished up with a -2, pulled down 3 offensive rebounds, had 11 total, dished out an assist, had a turnover, and a block. And Morris, he finished up with 3 points on a terrible 1 of 8 shooting. Goes 0 of 3 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. But he did finish up with a +3, and he also dished out a 6 assists. So as far as game notes go, Blazers still game 2 behind CJ, Cantor, and huge efforts off the bench from Rodney Hood and Zach Collins. Nuggets couldn't buy a basket in this game. It was crazy. But they had an insane 23 offensive rebounds and 14 of those in the fourth quarter. And they ended up going on a 19-9 run to pull within 5, but Rodney Hood ices the game, hitting 2 big free throws down the stretch. So general salute to Rodney Hood. Blazers defense was great for about 3 quarters, and these guys just couldn't get anything going. And that rhythm that the Nuggets had in game 1, it was just not there. And it just seemed like the time off was what actually hurt the Blazers. But it is what it is. We cleaned that up this game. Mo Harkless and Aminu, they only had 4 points together in total in game 1. Tonight, in the first quarter, they contributed 10 points. So general salute to both of them guys, and hopefully Mo Harkless is okay to go for game 3. And if not, I mean, it is what it is. Rodney Hood will step in that position and fill those shoes. That's another scoring option. Aminu ended up finishing with the double-double. He also had a team-high 10 rebounds, so general salute to Aminu. Those guys contributed big time, especially when they didn't really do anything in the first game, so salute to them guys. Zach Collins, he also had a huge impact on this game. He had 10 points, shot an efficient 5 of 6 from the field, even shot himself a 3. Or no, he didn't shoot no 3s, but he pulled down 6 rebounds and also had an assist. So big game from him, especially on the defense. Like, he was one of the primary guys that played Jokic, and he did very well tonight. So, general salute to Zach Collins. Rodney Hood, this is what I've been waiting for. I haven't really seen this from him, 2 consistent games like this. So, I think he's one of those matchup nightmares right now for the Nuggets off the bench. So, we got to continue to feed Hood the basketball until league runs cold. So, and I know the Blazers will do that because the Blazers play unselfish basketball. So we'll get him his touches for sure. But he finished up with 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Goes 3 of 4 from free throw line, and also contributed 3 rebounds and had 3 big blocks. And I want to say 2 of those were on Jokic. So general salute to Rodney Hood as well. And this is Dame's one-off night, and Blazers still got that win. So for Dame to go have a bad game like this, I seen him holding his head down low because I know he was kind of disgusted with the way he was playing, but it is what it is. Shots don't fall all the time, so I know he's gonna have a big game in Game 3. Torrey Craig and Mo Harkless got banged up, both. Craig with that nose injury on accidental contact from Zach Collins, and then Mo when he's trying to go up for a rebound, and Zach Collins was there too. He rolled his ankle off Zach's foot, and he didn't return, but Craig did come back and hit a big 3. So general salute to Torrey Craig. That dude's tough as nails. So can't be mad at Torrey Craig. It didn't give them the energy that I think it did when he came back, because those 14 offensive rebounds was crazy. He was just fighting. So salute to the Nuggets, man. They fought till the end. They just didn't have it. Next game, Friday, 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. Tune in for sure to watch the Blazers on their home court. Can the Blazers protect home court? I do believe they will. And it looks like my prediction of the Blazers in 6 is still intact, because the Blazers did not go down 0-2. And that would have been very tough for them to come back from. So glad they even this series out. It was a total team effort for sure tonight, because while neither team really shot well. But this is your boy P Money. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Shout out to the entire LDBC, and I am off this.